In this video, we are going to see about logical and nested conditions in MS Excel. Logical conditions in Excel are used to test criteria and make decisions automatically. They help Excel decide what to display based on whether a condition is true or false. These are extremely useful in data analysis, business decision making, and report automation. Here you can see what are the operators given. You know the meaning of all these operators: equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal. So equal to, for example, in cell A1, if it is 10, if we apply a condition for this, if it is true, it will display true if A1 is 10. And B2 is greater than 50, then it will display true. When C2 is less than 100, it will display true. According to this operator, when we apply condition for all these things, if the condition is true, it will display as true. If condition is false, it will display as false. How it will display true or false? For this, we have an operator called if, function called if. Here you can see the function if. Test one condition and return one value. If true, another value if it is false. See, I have given here an if function syntax. If open bracket logical test. Here you can, in this logical test, you can use the condition like A1 greater than 10, C2 less than 100. Likewise, we can use a logical test here. If this test is true, here what is to be displayed if the condition is true, we can display here. If this test is false, you can display the value what to be displayed. If it is false, we can use here. For example, here you can see I have given if A2 greater than 50. If this condition is true, you can display as true. It is pass. If the condition is false, you can display as fail. What it denotes, if the mark you scored is greater than 50, you need to have as pass, and if it is less than 50, you need to have fail. For that, you can check a condition using if function. And here you can see another logical operators are there, and or not. Here we can see a logical operator and or not. When we talk about and, the logical functions are used to test one or more condition and return true or false based on the result. Always this and or not are often combined with if statement to make decision based formulas. When we talk about and function, it will check multiple conditions, and if it will display true if all the conditions are true, and if it will display false if any one condition is false. For example, here you can see, for example, you can take mark and attendance. If mark is greater than equal to 50 and attendance greater than equal to 75, you are eligible to write the exam, like you need to display true or false. So in that situation, you need to use and. When you need this both the condition true, you need to execute certain things, means you need to use and. So this is what an and operator. And when you talk about or, the or function checks multiple conditions. It will display true if any one condition is true. It will display false if all the conditions are false. Here I have given an example here, the same thing. Either your mark or attendance is greater than the required statement, you are eligible to write the exam. For example, mark is greater than or equal to 50 and attendance is greater than or equal to 75. If any one of these conditions satisfies, you are eligible. When you want to check any one condition, that is want to eligible for any one condition, it is to be true, you can use R. When both the condition must be true, you can use as and. When you talk about not, it is a reverse of this. A2 greater than or equal to 50. Not means it will be opposite of it. I'll show you with an example which will be clear for all these. See, and with the simple examples, Here I have given a table of student mark details. So student marks being given, attendance being given, and internal marks being given. This is marks. So for exam result, if each mark is greater than or equal to 50, it denotes pass, otherwise it is fail. For this simple example, I'll give an if statement equal to, when you give if, it shows check whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if it is false. I'll give open bracket. Now you can see the syntax what I have been explained previously. Logical test, value if true, value if false. We need to give a condition here. If this condition is true, what to display we need to give a true. What to display we need to give here, comma. If it is false, what to display we'll give here. So here I'm choosing mark greater than equal to 50. This is what the condition I'm checking it, comma. If this condition is true, what to be displayed? I'll display as pass. Close the quotation, comma. If the condition is false, what to be displayed? Fail. So close the quotation and close the bracket. So this is what the if statement, simple if statement. Here I have given condition. If this condition is true, I'm going to give pass. If the condition is false, I'm going to give as fail. Enter. So this is above 50, it displays as pass. This formula I'll copy to the other cells. So I'm going to click and drag. Now you can see these two are below 50, so it displays fail. We'll see another if statement using AND operator. Eligibility. If mark is greater than equal to 50 and attendance is greater than equal to 75, you are eligible. That is what we need to check. Either you can check, we need to check internal marks and attendance. So I'll take for an example, it is greater than 15 and greater than 75. Both the condition I need to check. For that, equal to if open bracket, I'm going to give and I'm going to give two conditions. You can give n number of conditions. In this example, two conditions. The first condition I need to check internal mark greater than equal to 15, comma. I'm going to give another condition, attendance greater than equal to 75. If both the condition must be met to get the eligibility to write the main exam. That is what this example. I'm going to close the bracket for this, and if it is true, I'm going to display as eligible, comma. I didn't close the quotation, comma. Otherwise, it is not eligible. Close the bracket, enter. Now you see, this is above 50 and above 75, so it is eligible. We'll see here, this two will be not eligible. We'll click and drag the formula. So these two are not eligible. It has been displayed. This is another example to show for AND operator. We'll go for OR operator. OR operator, any one condition must be true to display in true. Both the condition must be false to display in statement as false. We'll see equal to if R. Here what condition I'm going to give is, if any one condition is met, you can say as condition met. For example, if internal mark is above 15 or attendance is above 75, condition is met. Like that, we'll give this example. So I'll choose this one, greater than equal to 15. Another condition is attendance greater than equal to 75. Close the bracket. If any one condition, that is either internal mark or attendance, if any one condition is true, I'm going to display condition met, comma, close the quotation, comma, otherwise condition not met. Close the quotation, close the bracket, enter. So this one I'm going to click and drag down. You can see for these two, condition not met. Next, passing criteria. Passing criteria to show a not statement, I'll show you with an example. Equal to if not, I'll give mark greater than equal to 50, comma, and say that need improvement, close the quotation, comma, satisfactory. Close the quotation, enter. I'll click and drag this one. So what I have given, if not B2 greater than equal to 50. When this statement is true, that is what I am saying is when you give B2 greater than 50, here I have given as not. So it will be opposite of it, that is less than 50, it will display as need improvement. If it is greater than 50, it will display as satisfactory. So that is the answer you can see here, satisfactory and need improvement. Final grade. For this example, if mark is greater than 80, I need to display A. If mark is greater than 70, I need to display as B. And above 50, I need to display as C, otherwise fail. So when I need to check all these conditions, I'm going to use if statement inside another if statement. So that is said to be nested condition. Here I'm going to show with an example equal to if open bracket I'm going to open another bracket because we are going to use nested if. This mark I'm going to check when it is greater than equal to 80. On condition I have given, close the bracket. When this condition is true, what I need to display as an A grade. When this condition is false, I need to check whether it is greater than or equal to 70. So again, I need to use if open bracket, another open bracket. I'm going to choose this mark greater than or equal to 70. I'm giving close bracket, comma. If this condition is true, I'm going to display as B grade, comma. If this condition is false, again in this I'm going to use another if statement. I'm using this mark greater than or equal to 50. Close bracket. If this is true, I'm going to display C. Otherwise, false, I'm going to give us fail. Close the quotation. I'm going to close the brackets. Enter. So now I got A grade. I'll show you. I have copied the formula and displayed here. Here you see this is the formula. If B2 greater than 80. So in this condition, if it is true, I am displaying A. If it is false, I need to display something here. But when this is false, I need to check another condition, either it is greater than 70. So I am using in false statement place, I am using another if statement. In that another if statement, I am checking another condition B2 greater than 70. If this is true, I am displaying as B grade. If this is false, in that false statement place, I am using another if statement to check if it is greater than 50. So if it is greater than 50, I am displaying as C grade. If this is false, I am displaying as fail. So I am using if statement. Inside if statement, I am using another if statement. Inside this if statement, another if statement. When we use more than one if statement inside one if statement, this is said to be nested if. So now what I'll do is I'll drag and the formula to other cells. Now you can see according to their marks, the grade being displayed. We'll see final result. What is final result? You need to satisfy these three conditions to get pass mark. So here I'm going to use equal to Here I'll use an if statement equal to if. I need to meet all these conditions. So I'm going to use AND statement, open bracket. So what is the condition I am going to give? Mark must be greater than equal to 50, comma, attendance must be greater than equal to 75, comma, internal marks greater than equal to 15. All these conditions must be true to get the final result as pass. So I have given all the conditions in and. If all the conditions are true, it is pass. So I have given pass, comma, fail. If any one condition is not met, I need to display fail. Enter. So here all the conditions are met, it is pass. Here you see Kiran, it is not met, to be displayed fail. I'll click and drag the formula down. Yes, now Kiran and Priya has got the result as fail. So this is what if and nested if statement.